This has been an action-packed news week for Shiba Inu. Today I'm going to provide some critical Shiba Inu news updates from this week which you may have missed. We're going to cover the Shiba Inu NFT announcements, and we're also going to talk about what happened with the $86 million Shiba Inu COVID relief fund. We're going to talk about multiple exchange listings and how Shiba Inu trended #1 this week. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay, Shiba Inu now has a massive 670,000 holders, and this is an increase of over 200,000 since SHIB reached its all-time high earlier in May. Of those holders, roughly 15% of them, represented by this XSHIB here, 15% of them are staked in the Shiba Swap decentralized exchange. And the next bit of news is there seems to be some pending news which is going to be coming from the Shiba Inu developers this week. Here it says from the devs, Shytoshi Kusama, he discusses and reveals some upcoming information from the official SHIB token Discord. And a summary of that information, there's going to be new burn ideas being implemented, a new medium coming, and they're going to be working out a few details with the breeds, which are the internal departments, and he touches on Shibarium coming soon. And these are just some of the snippets here. Shytoshi says, Shibarium is coming soon. Updates are always good. And the next one he says, working out a few details with the breeds, and then I think a new medium is in order. And then he also says, I have some burn ideas being implemented as well. So that's very exciting for all of us who are going to be who've been waiting for burn mechanism to be introduced and implemented. To me, that means action has actually already been taken. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Okay, on to the next bit of news. Well, and Shytoshi, he also tweeted, I saw this reply when he tweeted about a Medium post by a certain Twitter user called Shibarium. And when I read the article, it ended with a strong hint about the upcoming NFTs. So here's a snippet from that article. It reads, 10,000 NFTs. Very, very soon, we will see an announcement about them from our top dog, Shytoshi, and a new medium explaining the system of it all. And I can tell everyone will be surprised. And then he uses this graphic here and ends just by saying woof woof. So from what I can tell here, they use terminology which the internal hierarchy uses, like top dog, and because if you saw in the last post from Shytoshi, top dog is one of the levels which sort of heads the internal departments, and if this person knows that there's a new medium, to me, the fact that even Shytoshi is tweeting about this, whoever this Shibarium person is probably one of the people who is one of the internal departments. So it'll be interesting to see what turns out after this. Also, the last time we heard about NFTs, it was during the phase 2 announcements. And well, this person makes me very excited because NFTs are wildly popular at the moment. And together with the proposed burn mechanism, this is likely going to be good for Shiba Inu in the long term. So here's a snippet from the last phase 2 Medium post by Shytoshi. He's speaking of the NFT project. He reads, in the meantime, Shiba Inu will introduce our first official NFT set. We've seen amazing NFTs from our community in the past, but this NFT set is going to be a group of 10,000 Shiba NFTs with special attributes reminiscent of CryptoPunks and hash masks. And he goes on to say that best of all, the team is investigating ways to implement SHIB burns into the system to change the attributes of your purchased NFT. So I believe they're probably going to flesh out more detail about this in the upcoming medium. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Okay, and it turns out that graphic, which was being used, it turns out it's from the Shiba Inu SHIB token Twitter, and it pretty much reads, something special is in the works. SHIB-tastic things are on the way. Stay tuned for all the perks. All for the SHIB army to play. So that's really interesting. Some people are saying that the word play here could denote an NFT, but that's all speculation at this point. It'll just be interesting to see how things work out. All right, let's see. On to the next bit here. Also, you may have noticed there was a massive transfer of over 10 trillion SHIB tokens just a couple of days ago. This was actually the COVID COVID India Relief Fund. At first, people mistook this as a sale of SHIB, but it was later clarified that it was actually a transfer to a platform which provides liquidity to exchanges, and they're probably going to use it for yield farming purposes so that they can get rewards. Here's a clarification about that transfer here from the India Crypto COVID Relief Fund. Transparency update. We've transferred the remaining 10 million SHIB to Wintermute, and says the details are in this transaction list here, and they sent another one shortly after that which says this is a summary of the SHIB tokens which were converted till date. We've converted 80% of Vitalik Buterin's donation for a total proceeds of 387 million approximately, and the remaining 20% is also transferred to Wintermute. And here's pretty much a breakdown of that. Now, for context, for those of you who don't know the history, Vitalik Buterin, he once held 50% of SHIB supply before he burnt it, and he donated, well, and before he burnt it, he donated about 10% of that and sent it to various charities, one of which was the India COVID Relief Fund. This is just a breakdown of how they've been using up those funds, pretty much in equal increments of 10.139 trillion. They've been cashing that out, but it looks like in this last bit here, they're going to be investing that last bit, which is cool. All right, I think I'll move on to the next one. I like this graphic here because it illustrates the next big and final listing, which is primed to list Shiba Inu, which of course is Robinhood. Now, there's been some speculation for months that this listing is in the works. Industry insiders, they've even claimed that Robinhood has been pressured to list Shiba Inu following Coinbase's recent listing on all of its 3 platforms. Now, I personally like this illustration because this graphic, because it illustrates the impact which Shiba Inu has had on each exchange. For example, Binance, it ran out of ETH deposits. eToro and Webull, when they listed SHIB traded as the #1 crypto on their platforms for quite some time. Coinbase, as you know, they struggled to list SHIB properly on Coinbase Pro on the first day, and it resulted in some very unusual price activity. And now we're looking to see if Robinhood can handle the heat. And on that, now, according to the IBT, International Business Times, Robinhood responded to an anonymous user with the following message. So this is just a user. They sent a screenshot of a response from Robinhood's support. It starts off saying, "Hello, thanks for reaching out. Hope you're doing well and staying safe." It goes on to say, moving forward, we plan to support the ability to buy and sell other cryptocurrencies, especially Shiba Inu, on our platform, and we'll be sure to let you know as more become available. So take that as you will. Apparently, this was a response from them. It's interesting how they highlight especially Shiba Inu. I'm not sure why it's in bold though, whilst everything else is. So that's why I'll take that with a grain of salt. But any news is good news at this point. And I'll just jump onto this. And whilst we're on the topic of social signals, I think I found something here. Whilst we're on the topic of social signals, around the 13th of September, the Shiba Inu, Shiba Swap, it was #1 on dApp.com for the DEX with the highest social signals, which is pretty interesting. So in comparison to all these other swaps, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, ApeSwap, SushiSwap, which you may have heard, in terms of social signals, this was a good week for Shiba Inu. So heading back to the rest, and of course the big news for the week was Coinbase. If I can just head back to the beginning, the big news was the Coinbase listing of Shiba Inu on the 17th of September, and this was also followed by an unusual amount of social attention from Coinbase. As you can tell, this was the initial listing, and then shortly after that, they started sending a flurry of social signals stating that we are open to a relationship, SHIB, and shortly after that, they sent further social promotions and these animated graphics, pretty much declaring that SHIB is on Coinbase. And I think a little bit after that, just another animated graphic saying it's official. SHIB is on Coinbase, and they've never done this level of promotion of a token, as far as I've watched crypto. And I think a lot of people are noticing that. And then shortly after that, they sent this article here as well, well, this tweet here, encouraging people in the SHIB army to submit their SHIB art, because it looks like we are still going to be on the radar of Coinbase, at least for the next week. And yeah, then there was a little bit of that, but the biggest thing is most notably that Coinbase, which has 3.3 million followers, had not been following anyone. But as you may have heard already, the only Twitter account which they're following happens to be SHIB token. So for most, that is very bullish news as far as I can say. Anyway, finally, to cap things off, as if SHIB was not getting enough attention from the big players in crypto, CoinMarketCap it posted a tweet this week saying, "Do you think SHIB will ever flip Doge?" And shortly after that, the official SHIB token responded just with this graphic, and which is really interesting. Now, the reason I found this interesting is because at the moment, the market cap of SHIB is approximately 10% that of Doge, meaning that a 10x in SHIB, it could possibly cause SHIB to flip Doge, and in doing that at this present moment, it would actually become a top 10 coin. And the reason why I'm saying that this is interesting is because in my previous video I mentioned that a certain report which was released by one of the largest crypto authorities, it revealed that, I think I may have a screenshot, it pretty much revealed that crypto adoption, it grew at a fairly flat rate during 2020, and with the second half of 2020 having almost no growth at all in terms of crypto users. And in contrast, 2021 saw a massive increase in adoption, all the way up to so that we have at least 221 crypto users. And this is a stark comparison to this time last year, as in comparing June 2021 and June last year, where only 73 million users were there. And believe it or not, according to their on-chain data, Shiba Inu and Dogecoin were pointed out as major catalysts for bringing new blood into the crypto sphere. And I believe this was so significant that I actually made a video about it, which some of you may have already watched. Let me see if it's this was actually my previous video, and it answered exactly why these exchanges have been rushing to list Shiba Inu. And if you're interested to know more, go ahead and watch this one after this, because where I delve into the reasons and the motivations why the centralized exchanges have been rushing to list Shiba Inu. And I know this is slightly off topic, but I actually find it personally quite strange. Let me see if I can find the graphic. I personally find it quite strange that Coinbase listed SHIB on Coinbase Pro, and the price, if you remember, it jumped over 10%. I mean 10x briefly, just for a few hours, before it was brought down due to a so-called technical error. It's interesting because that trade, that listing on Coinbase Pro, it actually would have caused SHIB to rise within inches of Dogecoin and potentially trigger another media frenzy. And remember, if they already identified Doge and SHIB as major reasons for crypto adoption, then I can see it as it being in their best interest to try and stir things up. And what better way to give SHIB a boost than with these obvious social signals which they've been sending. And let's just see if we can finish off the last bit of news. And to cap things off, as if SHIB was not getting enough attention anyway, this posting here from CoinMarketCap pretty much sums things up for the week for Shiba Inu. It shows how Shiba Inu was the #1 trending token on their platform, and summed up by this graphic. And that's it for the quick news updates, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.